But I have prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not. And when thou art converted, strengthen thy brother. One of the things that I find that we're having a lot of is faith failure. I taught a series in our church on that. And it just seems like when we should be having our faith going forward, we tend to back up a bit. Amen? But the Bible here, Jesus is telling Simon said, the devil wants you. He wants you. I come to tell you today that he wants you. Might not get you, but he wants you. He wants you. And let me tell you something. He don't just want you, but he want to sift you like wheat. Now, everybody know how wheat is. Everybody know how small wheat. He wants to really, really sift you. But as leaders, there's just certain things, and although he have that desire, and we know that he have it, but the thing that's so encouraging is that Jesus said, but I prayed. That's what he said. He said, I prayed. He said, the thing that I prayed was that your faith don't fail. If your faith fail, you're in trouble. That's what he said. He said, then when you get converted, in other words, when you grow to a certain level, then you go back and get somebody else. You don't just grow in yourself and walk on and act like everybody else is nothing and, hey, because I'm the big kahuna and all of that. You go get somebody else and try to help them in this walk. This is what this meeting is about. We're trying to help people in their walk. In other words, this is what I want to say to you. Help someone when you make it. When you make it, you help somebody else. You don't just keep it to yourself. You know, probably Blanson and I would have never been friends if I didn't have it in my mind to help somebody. But it never dawns on me to have certain things and never share it with them. You know, some people have stuff and they'll never share it with you. They'll never share it with you. They'll never try to help you. They know and they won't help you. I have gone, after 30 some odd years, I've gone through so much of that until I don't even expect folk to help me. When they help me, I don't know what to say about them. That's right, I'm outdone. Because folk don't like to help you. They try to keep certain things for themselves. Now, the way some folk are, you don't need to share nothing with them. Because some of them are just like a bunch of animals or something. But that's all they want. They want to find out what you know. Now, we have that group too. But Jesus say here, when you are converted. Now, you know what? Sometimes I find myself with people that sometimes I don't want to share certain things with them. I feel that way down in my heart. I be feel like, but I hurt and get it out of my heart. Because you know, in your heart, you don't want nothing in your heart. Whatever you do, don't you get nothing in your heart. If you get the wrong thing in your heart, you done messed up. So I hurry up and get that out of there. Oh, Lord, help me. You know. See, one thing I've learned to do, and I guess I'm like David, I learned to pray for myself. I have learned to admit when I'm in a certain place. You got to learn how to admit when you're in a certain place. Listen, Lord, I need some help. It's easy because I've done it.
It's easy to look around and feel like this one's wrong and that one's wrong and everybody after me. You know, I used to think everybody was after me, you know. I used to think didn't nobody like me. Answer for it. You straighten your stuff out. Make sure that you're going in the right direction. Straighten it out. And so I was in this situation and I'm blaming everybody. I lost greatly. Brother Daddy will tell you that's why I'm not excited like some people, you know. They see my little building and then they just get, oh, they feel so sorry for me and all that. Listen, I done had the big stuff. I had a building over $1 million. I done had all of that. So therefore, I'm not a person that's all caught up. Y'all know that. Y'all was right there with me, wasn't you? I had it. Was you not there with me? I had it. Choir with 50 people in it. Building 623 people it could see. My own office area. Big area like this was my office area. Upstairs, downstairs. Come on. But some things start to happen. Let me tell you something. You know what? One thing you got to be careful with? If you're going to do something and God tell you not to do that thing, be careful if you do it. I walked into that thing, boy, my eyes wide open, and I did it. And so now I'm in this situation, and I want to blame everybody, but I'm not coming out. I'm crying day and night. Can't get no relief. And until I came to a place of saying, you know what, Lord? I made a mistake. See, you're going to have to own up to your stuff now. You're not going to be able to take and put it on John and this one and that one and the other. And they might be doing what they're doing, but you got to own up to what you did. And I had to own up to what I did. And I began to ask the Lord, would you please forgive me? I made a mistake. That was a big mistake for me. When I tell you it left me bankrupt, brother, it left me bankrupt, left me with a few people. That's all it left me with. People like Danny, Cynthia. These here people have been through the hell and the high water with me. But I tell you, I owned up to it, and now I got to recover. And you know what? I'm going to tell y'all something. Sometimes what you had, you'll never get it back. Did you know that? Sometimes you'll never get it back, Danny. Sometimes you never get it back. But I stayed in prayer. I stayed before God. Are y'all listening to me? I'm talking to leaders now. Because these things will come up against you. It'll bankrupt you. It'll take everything you got away from you. The devil desired to sift you like wheat, and he was sifting me, boy. But now I got to try to recover now. Everybody talking about me. Some of them laugh about how I lost. But now I got to get it back. So now I got to stay in prayer. I got to stay before God. I got to do things that, you know, that just didn't seem like you ought to be doing at this point in your ministry. But I had to do it. And I had to admit to God that I was wrong. And this is what brought me to where I am. When I began to do that, I saw God begin to pick me up. And he began to speak to me. Now what I do with $1 million building? I got to get out. Let me show you how good God is. God kept me for 2 years. 2 years God kept me because I didn't want to give that building up. But he's a good God, and he kept me. I would preach, and folk would get saved, folk would get healed, and everything. But me, my heart was broken. Until the Lord came, and he had to straighten things out for me. You cut off your own blessings. And you know, sometimes when you think that folk against you and that, it causes you, and I'm going to go back to your word now, to be offended. Now let me tell you something about offense right quick so I can help you. A man that is offended can never be blessed. What did I say? Now you know me, I'm going to the word, right? You remember when Jesus was in Nazareth? Y'all remember that? Yeah? And when they saw him, they didn't see him as he was. They saw him as Mary boy. Ain't that's the carpenter's son? That's the way they saw him. They never saw him as he really was. And the Bible say, and they were offended. Yeah. Go to the Bible, look at it with me. So they was offended. And guess what the next thing say? And he never did no miracles there. He couldn't do nothing. All the people experienced all the miracles and all the stuff he did. People received it. But in Nazareth, he couldn't do nothing. So therefore, what it says to you, they never were ever blessed by Jesus. To be offended will cut off every blessing. And listen, I think that man kind of said that up there last night too. You cut yourself off when you start being so offended. You know, and let me tell you, offense will come to all of us, but you know what? We got to hurt and get rid of it. You don't hold it. You know, something happened last year, you still offended. Let me tell you, whatever happened yesterday, I'm finished with it today. If it offended me yesterday, I told you about it. We do now. We all right, ain't we? That's the way you do. You don't take it and just go on and on and on and on. You don't do that. You're going to cut your blessings off. But I'm going to get back to where I was. When you do good, help somebody else. Is that right? Let me go too far now. Also do this as leaders. I'm talking to leaders now. Share faith failure and how you recovered. You know, some folk don't want to tell you that they failed. What you say, baby? Share faith failure and how you recovered. Some folk don't want to share that. They want to make you think they always been up here and they always had it together and all. No. There are times when our faith just don't work for us. And then when it don't work, what we got to do? We got to try to fix it. But when you fix it, share with other people how you fixed it. If this happened, tell them, listen, try this right here. Tell people that, yeah, I failed. Huh? Tell them, yeah, I failed. But guess what? I came back. had a situation in my life one time. I don't know how I got there. I just woke up one morning. You know, sometimes you just wake up one day and you're in a situation. You don't know how you got there. And I don't even know how I got there. Well, you know, I looked at this one and I looked at that one. And I looked at the other one and I blamed everybody. And, you know, and some folk were doing things. That's another thing. People be doing stuff, but that have nothing to do with you. You got to straighten your own stuff out. You don't worry about what I'm doing, because I have to answer for my own stuff. If I'm wrong, guess what? I got to. And I'd go home and I'd cry. Y'all better listen. You leaders, you better know something. This devil coming for you. I cried. And it was as if I could help everybody, but I couldn't help myself. That was a sad day in my life. But I kept at it going in the right way with God. You got to keep it going right with God. You can't keep pointing at this one and do. No. Admit to yourself. I'd go to church and I'd preach to these people and go home and fall out in the middle of the floor. I couldn't handle it. Y'all listen to me. I don't look like I've been there, but I have. And then God spoke to me one day and he told me what to do. He said, now this is what you do, but it's after 2 years now. And he had to keep me, because if God would have taken the building, boom, boom, like that, it would have crushed me and I could have never come back. I know that now, but I didn't know it then. But every day now I'm crying, every day. For 2 years, he kept me in that building. He kept me there. Then after 2 years, he spoke to my heart. And he said, now this is what you need to do. And then I told them, I said, this is what we need to do. They say, if you say. That's one of the things I love. You can say whatever you want to say. And they're not the best people in all the world and all that kind of stuff. But let me tell you, one thing that I have had in this ministry with certain people is that if I said it, they went for it. They said, if you say it, that's what we're going to do. And that's what this group here, that's what they did. When I said it, they said, if you say it, this we go. And that's what we do. And we began to go up. And then we were like nomads. Y'all remember when we was like nomads? We was everywhere. We packed stuff upstairs and downstairs. Upstairs, downstairs. I called for Blanche and she come. I'm over here this month and over here next month. I had them people dragging them all over Houston just like they were a bunch of nomads. But you know what? God helped me. He helped me to recover. Don't let people think that you just always got it like this. No, you don't. And I tell you what, if he haven't got you yet, he coming for you. Look at somebody and say, he coming for you. I got to go because I got some more stuff. Okay, I let my time pass on me now. See, one of the things I learned in that situation, that setbacks do not mean the fight is over. It looked like the fight was over, Danny, when we was going through that. Well, we're going through all that stuff like that, you know, and if I can teach y'all this, that's okay. Let me tell y'all another thing, because this will help you. I woke up one Sunday morning, and they called me to tell me that 10 of them was leaving the church that day. 10. Leaving the church, and they were going to another church that we fellowship with. I said, huh? Sunday morning, I'm getting ready now to go preach, and they call me to tell me that they gone. Well, now, what do you do with that? You have to fix your back. I remember one day the Lord told me, he said, you straighten your back up. Ooh, what a word. I'm all down, and you tell me straighten my back up? He said, straighten it up. Wow. So they're gone. Well, what happens after that? A few days after they're gone, the IRS show up on my door. Let me tell you something about the folk who left me. One of the people who left me was my own sister. I ain't talking about born out another mother. I'm talking about come out the same mama. Was with them. Went over to this particular church. And one thing I've always been able to do, and some people don't like me for this, but I know that I'm able to do it. I'm able to train people. I know that. I'm a trainer. You can say what you want to say. I'm a leader, and I know how to make leaders. If you just listen to me, but you got to listen. You ain't gonna get none if you. And so he knew, because he always fellowship with me. He knew what kind of people I had. He knew them people. If they had to sing, Danny up there singing, so and so picking up the money. They knew. So when they went there, he put them in every place that I had them in my church. Now here come the IRS. Knocking on my door at 7 o'clock in the morning. Who knock on the door at 7 o'clock? People not even up. They now claim that I have stole money from the church. You ain't never had nothing till folks say you stole money. You ain't never had nothing in your life. Preachers, don't let them get that on you, because if they do, they'll just mess up your ministry. I knew that wasn't true. I done put more money in the ministry than anybody else. You know how you put more money than everybody else. If things short, who put the money in? And so, here they are. Man, look like every morning I wake up, that IRS man was on my door. He went through everything I had, every bank account, every bill, I can't tell y'all what them people did, man. And charged me with $100,000 of fraud. My. What do you do now? So now I got to find somebody who can help me now. And when you go with the IRS, you can't just get any somebody. You got to get the right people. So for a couple of people, I went wrong. And wasn't nothing happening for me. And then my IRS people would ride me like you ride a pony. But one day I met a man out of, y'all know where I live. What's that place named down over? Tombo. I met a man, and he told me, I'll help you. Not only did they talk to me about the $100,000 of fraud, but they had $60,000 worth of money I owe, they say. Guess what? If God be for you. That man said, give me $1,000. I'm going to write this. He told me he's going to write and all that. And he sent it to them. They accepted. And I never paid that $60,000. I never paid it. Well, it went on, and it takes money. He's doing it, but it's taking money. I wish I had the money now I spent on that. All the time, let me tell you something. The devil trying to sift you like wheat. The devil is trying to steal everything that you got. He's now trying to steal everything that I got. And so it went on and on. I spent money. I could see myself coming out a little bit, but I was in it, y'all. And them people, they over there, they all having church. They all over there enjoying. And finally, after they had dug me, guess what? They couldn't find no fraud nowhere. Let me tell you, Danny's sitting right here, he'll tell you. They even went and got y'all, didn't they come get y'all? And want to know. Who's in the, that's why when y'all hear me say certain things, I don't mean no harm, but I done been up against it, so I know what people do. And so they asked them, who all in the finance room? In the finance room, you don't need to have no sister and brother, husband and wives. Not in the finance room. Don't do that. You got to have different people in there. One that can cover the other one. That's what you got to do. You can't have, no, you can't do that. But they asked them. They want them to tell them to make me out of a lie. They want to know how much they give. And these people, instead of saying, listen, we go according to the Bible. Whatever the Bible says right for her, that's what we do. You know, and they couldn't get them. Finally it came up that I didn't steal the money. But how much money am I out of now? How much money are you out of now? That's why you got to keep your stuff together and listen to what people trying to tell you. There ain't nobody trying to tear you down. Ain't nobody trying to destroy you. Surely I wouldn't. But all that, I'm just trying to tell y'all a little bit of my testimony, you know. Is it helping y'all any? Y'all didn't know that folk did all that, did you? But you know now. That happened to me. What a thing. Huh? And let me show y'all how things will go, though. You can't do God people wrong. My sister, they went over there. She had been married about 23 years, hadn't she, Jane? Huh? Denise, ain't she been married about 23 years? Guess what? They ain't married no more. Broke their marriage up. She went and married a Jehovah Witness. Didn't celebrate Christmas no more with us. And guess what? She ain't with the Jehovah Witness no more. And you had a good life, but you messed with the wrong stuff. I tell you a bunch of stuff. Everybody in that little group, something happened to them. Wasn't nobody in there hardly that nothing didn't happen to. You can't fool. Let me tell you something. Whatever you do, don't fool with none of God's people. Amen. If you think they're wrong, now the Bible says, if I think you're wrong, Danny, say, come tell you. Say, if you don't accept what I say, for me, go get James. And bring James. Me and James both come tell you such and such and such. If you don't receive that, come on, we're going by the Bible now. What do we do then? We go to the church. We bring it to the church. But the church ain't got no power because they in cahoots with one another. That happened to me. But for that, you see me. I might look however I look to you, but I'm stronger today. My children will tell you that. I'm stronger. I'm sure there were days they thought that they would lose me. Let me go, y'all, because this takes time. So the fight wasn't over. I have to keep fighting. Is that right? Uh-huh. When you miss it, now this is a thing that I do. When I miss it, and they sitting here, if I lie, y'all say, no, Pastor, you're not telling the truth. When you miss it, don't try to fool the people. What I say. Don't try to fool the people. If you missed it, you missed it. You're human. You missed it. Come back with the truth. Come on back with the truth. And be a man, be a woman, own up to it. That I missed it. And let's straighten it out. Am I right? Come on. You can't be no good leader doing that kind of that kind of stuff. You got to get people to trust you. But you got to tell the truth. You got to get these people to trust you. If you don't get them to trust you, your thing gone. That's why people like Elder Burrell been in the church 20-some odd years. Danny been there for as long before I ever was a pastor. Danny was with me and followed my ministry and stuff like that. These people been there because they trust me. They know I'm not going to tell them anything wrong. Now, they have had times now that they felt like they wasn't coming back no more. They have had times, and I knew when they left that they was feeling like, I ain't coming back up there no more. This it for her. I ain't fooling with her. But when I looked, there they were back. And thank God, so far they still, you understand what I'm saying? But you got to be truthful with them. You got to tell them the truth, even if it hurt them. Even if it hurt them. You got to tell them the truth. Come on. Don't try to fool nobody. When God, here I am, bless you. You all right? When God bless you, he got more than you in mind. When God bless you, he got more than you in mind. He got somebody else that he want to bless also. You can't just get it and keep it for yourself. In order for it to work for you, you got to share it. We women, we got too many pairs of shoes, but we still want some more shoes. What you need to do is get rid of some of them shoes you got. If you want some more shoes. See, because it's about giving. Am I right about it? It's about giving. I got 15,000 purses. Hush up, Denise. I'm finna go in that closet. I'm going to get them purses. I'm bringing them up to that church. I got good purses. I got purses I pay $500 for. That's a purse there. What'd you say? I got a purse I was looking at the other day. I paid $500 for that purse over at St. John. Are you listening to me? I can have whatever I want. I didn't steal it. And a whole lot of stuff I got that y'all see I have, I don't even buy. These people here are something else. They're not all the way what they ought to be, but they'll buy me anything I want. If they think they can handle it, they're going to give it to me. I'll never be without nothing. Because they know me. They know that if something goes wrong, I'm going to be there. They know I'm not going to lie to them about anything. Before I lie, I just don't say nothing. Ooh, this water up under this hat is... See? So God got more in mind than just you. Get some stuff you got out and give it to somebody. You just keep on keeping. You ain't wore that dress there for 7 years. Get it out.
Like you still can wear it.
Yeah, you know you can't wear. You're 3 sizes too big now.
got somebody else in mind. We're talking to leaders. You know what? Everything comes back after its own kind. If I'm stingy, guess what? I got a stingy people. Whatever if I'm a big liar, you ever notice in churches where you had pastors who had a woman and a wife? All the men in the church had a woman and a wife. Because y'all ain't saying nothing to me, but I'm telling you, this is the way that it is. After your own kind. Some of you all, you have other ministries, but guess what? Some of y'all got other ministries, but y'all not ready yet. That's what's wrong with some of the people. They won't go for their time. Wait and be made. Leaders are made. I'm a born leader. No, you're not. Somebody made you. Somebody help you to be a leader. Leaders are made. I hope y'all getting something out of this. Apostle got that talking about, and God shifted this thing this morning. It must have been for me to talk about this because God shifted that thing. But you got to be ready. Come on, you got to learn how to be ready. Touch others, train others. Don't be no leader trying to do everything yourself. You know what? When you like that, you know why you like that? Because you don't trust nobody. You don't trust nobody. And I've trained people, and then they got up and they went off and they did whatever that they, but that was not my responsibility. My thing was to train them. You touch their life. You train them. You train them. You can't keep it for yourself. And don't let the other people cause you to try to keep everything for yourself. This us's thing. No. This organism, and it grows. Right? I tell the people all the time, okay, y'all working 2 and 3 jobs in the church. Am I right or wrong? You're working 2 or 3 jobs. What is wrong with you when Sister Sally come in? You don't want to move. This is my job. Get out the way and let that other person get that job. You stupid, because that means now that you can be elevated. You mean to tell me you gonna just keep on counting the money when you can be on the pulpit? That's stupid stuff.